Who's ready for an adventure? It was quite cold last night. Didn't get a very good sleep, so I was a bit slow getting moving this morning. It's still cold with a north wind, quite cold actually, but at least it's sunny. No threat of rain at the moment, so I'm hoping that as we get into the afternoon things will heat up and it'll be a nice relatively warm day. So I'm thinking have some breakfast. I still got a little bit of that pike left over. If I leave it too much longer, it might not be good to eat. So I'll probably, I'm going to finish that off today. Probably have some cattail shoots with that as well. I'm running low on those too, so I think a good plan of the day would be go harvest some cattail shoots and rhizomes. I'd really like to, I've been saying it for a while, it's about time to do it. I'd really like to get a supply of cattail rhizomes built up. But yeah, a new day. So this fish is held up a lot better than I would have expected, considering I caught it 3 days ago. Tastes fine. Doesn't display any signs of going bad at all. I'm wondering whether that is because it's been cold and perhaps I'm hungry, so I don't notice that it's a little off. But it has like a smoky taste to it, so I've had it over the fire for quite a while. I'm wondering if that helped to preserve it at all, just the extra smoke in there. I'm not sure, but might have to try smoking fish. That might be something to a little project for some point during these 2 months.
The water level in the lake had begun to drop, so I needed to dig out my mussel pit to make it deeper. This would keep my supply of mussels submerged and healthy.
Some more variety back in the diet. And as I've said before, dandelions are full of nutrients. So, I'm gonna gather some of these, have them for dinner. Can't rely just on cattails for my greens. Got our blueberry here, and again I'm just gonna go for the leaves. Let the flowers and berries mature so that I can eat those later on, and they will be of more use to me. And the berries are starting to form here. Fewer flowers and more berries, which is nice to see. So progress is being made, and I imagine those will be ripe before I head off at the end of the summer.
On our walk, I harvested a snack of sarsaparilla root.
So the edible part of sarsaparilla root is not the brown outer skin and not the hard inner core of the root, but it's the fibrous, light layer in between. So it's a lot of work for not a ton of food, but the plant is really plentiful around here, so it's a good one to know if you can't find anything better. Lunchtime. It's still cool and windy, but I found a sheltered area, so the wind isn't so bad, and now that the sun's out, it's comfortably warm anyways. So I've located a nice little patch of cattails. Gonna take some time to harvest the shoots and the rhizomes, and I'll probably toss my my fishing line out there with a bobber and just let it sit. Hopefully I can catch something while I'm working. Also, an added bonus that I wasn't expecting, I found that this area has some mint plants. So they're quite small right now, but I'm gonna let those grow. I know that they're here. I'd be very surprised if anyone else was around here looking to harvest mint. So yeah, I'm gonna let those grow, and I'll come back and get those in a few weeks. Get to work. I've unearthed the chute. Unfortunately, the water's a little cloudy. You can't really see what's going on here, but I've unearthed just the chute. I can feel the rhizome, and I'm just following it, digging it up with my hand as I go. Shovel in there to do a little more work. These are actually pretty lengthy. A lot of the time they will lead from one chute to another, from an old chute to a new chute. Be stubborn, especially the substrate here is clay, and it can be quite tough to dig these up. So there is that. So you see it's got this year's shoot, a rhizome, over to one from last year, another rhizome, last year's, and then another rhizome. So I'm hoping that these old ones are still good. The ones that I'm used to finding are this nice light orangey brown color. Good starchy inside. There's some that are darker, some that are black, some that are white, so we'll cut those open and see what's good and what's not. This is what I need. Lots of starch. And of course, we've got the shoots as well. And the leaves. Leaves will be good for making things. So I'm going to spend this afternoon here, put a lot of work in, and see if I can get a good long-term supply of rhizomes.
Over the next hour and a half, I soaked up the sun and harvested cattail rhizomes. I needed to be careful to avoid breaking them off in the substrate. It was slow work.
Got some little fish sheltering in the shallows here, as well as a whole ton of tadpoles. There's one big one. Nice tadpoles. Tadpoles. Look at that. Look at all those tadpoles. Just hanging out in the shallows. Nice and warm. Anyone know what kind those are? Bullfrog, maybe? If they are, then that's a good thing, because you can eat frog's legs. Roy's curious. Not usually a water dog. Takes a lot to get him in there. Guess he likes tadpoles. Yeah, it's a nice little area. Sunny and calm. Now this is with a north wind. If we had a south wind, this would be a different story, but I guess I know where to come to warm up when the cold north winds are a-blowing. What are you finding, Roy? There's a big one. Oh, it's got some legs on it. The fearsome hunter stalks his prey. Get it, Roy. Get it. Don't let it get away. Come on, Roy, let's go. Now he's going to go through the bush instead of the water because he doesn't like to get his feet wet. Of course, he's already wet. Come on, Roy, let's go. Come here. Good job. Terrorizing those tadpoles. Show him who's boss. Hey, bud, you show him who's boss? Good for you. Roy, can you speak? Can you speak? Come on, speak. Oh yeah. Tell me about what you were doing over there. Don't be shy. Come on. Oh yeah. What else? And then? That's good. That's good. Yeah, you got to keep those tadpoles in line. Good for you, bud. I'm proud of you. Still no bites. It's been the story of the day for fishing. Fortunately, I still have some of that pike left. That'll be gone after today. Bunch of it right over there. You're thirsty. So I was at it for the better part of 2 hours and I was able to gather this much. So that's shoots and rhizomes. Couple things that I learned from this experience is that it's not a case of one shoot, one rhizome. A lot of the time you have a complex system of rhizomes with a whole bunch of different shoots coming up off of them. So yeah, I didn't realize that. And also, well, in line with that, if you see a clump of shoots coming up together, that's where you want to harvest, because those are likely connected and they likely have a string of rhizomes in between them. So it's you get more bang for your buck that way. So next time you go harvesting cattail rhizomes, keep that in mind. Anyways, now I am a little bit chilled. It's sunny and it's mostly sheltered from the wind here, but yeah, it's still cool. So I'm gonna go back to camp, get a fire going, have some tea, and start processing these. So the rhizomes, shoots, and leaves all need to be separated into different piles to be used for different things. So that's gonna be my job now. I got my pot of water boiling now. Love having nice dry weather because you don't have to fight with the fire. It just takes care of itself. All you need to do is feed it. Inadvertently, I lit one of my tinder fungi here. See the little glowing red. Anywhere there's white there, it's been lit. So I'm gonna leave that and see how long that lasts for. That's gonna be several hours of a slow burn. These are good for holding an ember over a long period of time. I'm just curious to know exactly how long. So that's hand-sized or so, I guess. And I'll just leave that here and see how long that takes. So I've got it on the clock right now. Anyways, today's tea is going to be blueberry. I don't think I've demonstrated that one yet, just plain blueberry. So it looks like it's had a good boil, and it's been boiling for a couple minutes now, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off the fire. There we go. Blueberry leaves. Now I will let that steep for a while. As soon as the leaves go in, they go from a nice bright green to a kind of brown, yellow, green. It's quite a rapid change that I notice with blueberry in particular. Just a side note. Anyway, so I'll leave that for a while and then we'll come back to it once it's had a chance to steep. So this blueberry tea has now had a good chance to steep, probably 20 plus minutes. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. It's nice to have a fire on what has now become a relatively warm day. It's not warm per se, but it's sunny. The wind is it's gusty, strong at times, but right now it's not too bad. And just no rain. First time in a while there's been no rain. So yeah, just have a nice fire, relax, my cup of blueberry tea. That's just like a mild green tea, like maybe a tiny little sweet hint to it, but it's a pretty mild one. It's, yeah, nothing to write home about, but it'll do the job for today. And as always, the main concern here is staying hydrated. I was out working in the sun for a while, even though I didn't feel that hot. I'm sure I still sweating a bit. I was still breathing hard, trying to pull those rhizomes out. So good to get the fluids back into me. So once I'm finished my tea here, that pot will be used for cooking up some cattail shoots and dandelions that I gathered earlier today. I'll finish off the last of the fish, and I might have the 2 rhizomes that are already cooked. So it's been a good day so far, reasonably low key, but yeah, it's been nice, relaxing. It's a good day, especially with the sun out. Of course, with the last of the pike being eaten tonight, that means that protein is going to be something on the agenda for tomorrow. Try and get out there and see if I can catch more fish. But yeah, that's a bridge to cross when I come to it. So for now, I'm just going to enjoy my tea, sit by the fire, and relax.